Go to her and ask no more questions, Watson. I shall join you within the hour. I'll keep your wits about you. The game's afoot. So says Sherlock Holmes in a tense moment from the case of the Amateur Mendicant Society. I'm Ben Wright, and welcome to two more new adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Let me quote from the opening paragraphs of the 5 Orange Pips, one of the original 60 Sherlock Holmes adventures. Dr. Watson writes, I find an account of the Amateur Mendicant Society, who held a luxurious club in the lower vault of a furniture warehouse. Now, although Dr. Watson never wrote the story, he did mention it in passing. It is this single sentence in the 5 Orange Pips that inspired Denis Green and Anthony Boucher to bring to radio their version of this unwritten story. As a matter of fact, they wrote this story for radio more than once. The first version was done in 1944, and was completely different from the story you will be hearing shortly. There is no doubt that Denis Green and Anthony Boucher were prolific writers, turning out a complete half-hour Sherlock Holmes adventure every week for 39 weeks. As professional as they were in their writing, they were no different than most people, and they always rushed at the last minute to reach their weekly deadline. Mary Green, the widow of Denis Green, and Phyllis White, the widow of Anthony Boucher, have attested to this. It seems to be a natural human trait to leave things unfinished until the last possible moment. Anthony Boucher was a true scholar, an expert on Sherlock Holmes, and knew exactly how to create a finely tuned plot with interesting twists which would bring the weekly Sherlock Holmes adventure to a brilliant conclusion. And Denis Green, born in England, was originally a fine actor as well as an excellent writer. He had an uncanny ability for writing the best dialogue to move the story forward. And when the two men first met, they hit it off perfectly. With Boucher's complete understanding of story structure and plotting, and with Green's excellent ability for dialogue, the two created new adventures for Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson that brought the listening audience back again and again, week after week. When you mix the fine craftsmanship with the added talents of two great actors, Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce, is it any wonder that the new adventures of Sherlock Holmes was one of the most popular radio shows of the 1940s? Here then, for your listening pleasure, is the case of the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?